Howdy folks, welcome back to the Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. This is a follow-up to the series Tiny Swarm 3. So we'll be going over to hive number 9 where we did a combine with Tiny Swarm 3 and hive 9. It's been 1 week since we combined them. I call it the NBA combine because we had a newspaper in there with Kevin Durant on it. So he's a big fat trader, left Oklahoma City so to go get a title somewhere else. So we don't like him much around here. Anyway, we'll see how Kevin Durant fared out on his newspaper combine assist in the NBA combine. So let's get started. Okay, so here's the entrance to hive number 9. We have a pretty good activity going on there. See the newspaper there from the combine. So looks like some good orientation flights going on there. Let's get in there and see what we find. Looks like we got a decent population of bees right in here. And they seem fairly calm. Look up here for the queen real quick. Don't see her. Don't see any hive beetles either. Okay, I see a decent population of bees from really strong right in here, but they go all the way out to this outside frame and that outside frame. So they appear to be doing pretty good. Put these up here so I can forget them. Those are beetle traps, if you're wondering. Okay, I'm going to start on this side and just methodically go through. And we're going to be looking for evidence of a laying queen. And hopefully we see the queen. And then once we get down there, get all the way through it, we'll take a look at the newspaper. Make sure they've gone through it completely. So they're putting some fresh nectar in this frame right in here. I see shiny spots right in here. Set this frame aside so I can get in here. There's some new nectar on this frame as well. Not much, but there is some. Some of those honey cells got broken apart. So I'm looking down there at the newspaper and I can see where it's been chewed on. It's not completely gone. Kevin Durant looks like he's lost about half of his face. Okay, nothing but a honey frame there. Same thing here. Got some capped brood there, surrounded by pollen. Looking on here real close for the queen. I don't see her. I do see evidence of laying queen. Got a very young larva around in kind of a ring around that center. See if I can get you some close up of that. So there's your capped brood. It's about to emerge. And the farther you go out, you have very young larvae in there. It's overcast, so I doubt you'll be able to see in there. So the queen is a laying. Here we got good brood frame, most of it's capped. And out on the edges we've got some larvae. Same thing on this side. So we've got some uncapped larvae out here on the very edge. Looking real close for that queen. Since most of that's capped, I wouldn't expect to see her on there. It's a drone on my finger. And here's our queen, Cece. She's got the C on her back where the red's rubbed off. My daughter named her Cece. So she has not been superseded. She's in here doing good. And I see larvae, uncapped, pretty much all over this frame where she's walking around. And this side here, so you got honey here in the top. All this below this honey is full of young larvae that are not too far away from being capped. So this frame here is going to be totally capped brood below that honey here in a few days. So Cece's right there in the middle of that frame. I'm going to ease it over. And we'll do a quick look at these others. Don't really need to. So there's lots of pollen here with nectar at the top and some capped honey there. There's no eggs on this frame. And that's just some empty comb. So same thing there. That's an old brood frame. And that's mostly pollen. I'm going to move that closer to the center. So I'm moving all this pollen closer to the center where that'll be closer to that queen frame and all the brood. And frame number 10 real quick. Man, that's a lot of pollen there too. Boy, I'm going to put this on the other side over here. I don't want to split that brood frame up, or those two brood frames. So I'm going to put it right here next to this one. They're about equal on both sides, so it doesn't really matter. So now all that pollen and honey will be close to the brood. So let's get this box off here and see what the newspaper looks like. They are getting a little agitated, so I'm going to give them a little bit of smoke. My smoker's about out. Okay, so here you can see the newspaper. It's been 1 week and they got openings between the frames where the most population is at. It's opened a lot up there at the front, so they can come and go fairly freely. I think they're combined well enough. I can go ahead and take this paper off. So there's Kevin Durant. Looks like he had his face ate off there. Poor guy. I'm sure he'll do okay. So anyway, let's get this paper off of here and then we'll put the box back on. So I see bees up at the front there. Going in and out of those holes that have pollen on their legs. That's good enough for now. Let's get that box back on there with the queen. Okay, that's how you do a successful newspaper combination. So this hive number 9, go back in the playlist. I'll put a link to that and I'll put an iCard right here, and you can go back and see the playlist on what exactly happened in this hive. Long story short, the queen failed. Kept going along, watching her and watching her. She just wasn't laying, and then the things that she was laying was drones. So we finally took that queen out and did a combine with a tiny swarm that I had been nursing along since midsummer. It was a very tiny swarm. So used that queen to save this hive. So that tiny swarm by itself probably had about a 50-50 chance making it through winter, but this way both hives will benefit, and we saved a hive here. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't, and put any comments down below or questions, or if you think I should have done something different, or if you're a Kevin Durant fan, don't comment, I don't care. So we'll catch you on the next video. Take care.